Hi, welcome to Gamers Web. My name is Mark, and in this video I'm going to take a look at Dead Man's Hand Redux from Great Escape Games. Long awaited, finally here. A month early, I may add, from the wonderful folks over at Great Escape Games. This was a Kickstarter late towards the end of last year and did very, very well. Did over 80 grand, and it's been highly anticipated. So let's kick off. Right, brand new cover, looks great. The only problem I've got is the box is so big I can't get it all in frame on the camera, as you can see when I push the box further up. I can't get it all in frame. So let's have a look. What do we get? Well, we get quite a lot, and this is a very heavy box. Just to show you how wide it is, that's my hand at the side of the box. I can't even get my full hand over it. Right, okay, so this is what we get in the box. Right, we actually get more than this, but Dead Man's Hand, Become the Legend. Dead Man's Hand Redux is a fast-paced, all-west skirmish game where every decision you make could be your last. Pick up your pistol and posse up with the local law. Throw your hand in with raucous cowboys, or maybe you're looking for something else. Join in with a group of dangerous outlaws and rob the bank, or hook up with crazy desperados. What they're up to, nobody's sure. Just make sure you pick a side and stick with them. Nothing dies quicker on these streets than a lone gun. Okay, so it says we get 3 Dead Man's Hand street buildings, which are those. 1 set of main bulwarks, 1 set of street scatter, 10 plastic male gunfighters, 5 plastic female gunfighters, rulebook, card deck, markers, and dice. Okay, so there is actually more than that in here because I was a backer and all the backers got a lot more, a heck of a lot more for the price of the game. Alright, so without further ado, let's crack in. Right, as you can see, as soon as I open the box, this thing's packed. It's got so much plastic in, and unfortunately I can't get my camera to zoom out far enough to get everything in. So we have our Dead Man's Hand Redux rulebook. Okay, we'll have a look at that in a moment. We've got a set of card tokens, which are a carryover from the previous iteration of Dead Man's Hand. We've got a card, which is for Lee Van Kickstarter. He's the Lee Van Cleef style character that was given away to all Kickstarter backers. So Bounty Hunter, once per game, Lee Van Kickstarter may retain a common card that has been played from the owning player's hand. Once expanded, this card is returned to the player's hand. The owning player must then discard one of the other cards in their hand. Okay, and he's got 4 hits, a nerve of 3, a shoot of 1, and hand-to-hand of none. He's menacing, and I wouldn't bet my last dollar on that card. Right, so we'll have a quick look at him in a minute. And we've got our assembly instructions for our buildings. Nice and simple. They don't all... the instructions cover both sets of buildings, because there's a 2-story and the 1-story. All the buildings you get in the core set are the 1-story. So it tells you how to make the steps and stuff, but we don't need that because they're not in here. We get the cards for Dead Man's Hand, which come in a handy dandy case, and as you can see, there's 2 packs of cards. We'll look at those as well in a moment. Okay, so what most people are desperate to see is the new plastics. Now, some of the plastics I've already seen because I've already got some of the plastics. Stuart and Matt very kindly sent me one of the building sprues to check out. So I did, and I will show you that in a moment when it's assembled. Right, so we've got a bag full of buildings, which we'll have a look in a moment. We've got Dead Man's Hand Redux bookmark from Great Escape Games with the new cover on it. We've got 3 lots of cowboys and cowgirls. So there's like 3 sprues of cowboys and 1 sprue of cowgirls. We've got our covered wagon. Again, I'll take all these out of the bag in a moment. Then finally we have got the bases for the buildings in here, as well as the boardwalks, and the scenic street scatter is also there as well, with things like saddlebags and horse hitches and stuff like that. And finally, at the bottom of the box, we have Leave and Click Kickstarter, which we'll have a look at in a moment as well. And we've got our dollar tokens and 2d10 and 2d20, black and red. Okay, so I'm going to pause the camera and I'm going to get things set up and we can have a proper look. Okay, right, so a lot of stuff to look through, as you can imagine. Right, so we get 3 buildings, all single story, and we'll have a look at the sprues. I have done a video on these buildings before, but the sprues have slightly changed since I got the samples. So this is the awning that goes in front of the building. It is optional. You don't need to assemble it as an awning, but it does look really good if you put it on. So you've got your stanchions at the sides that hold the awning up, and you've got a slope for a balcony. These are the front and back doors. These have changed. Front and side doors that have changed since I got mine. You now get a barrel, a dog, 3 birds, and they've changed considerably because they didn't come with any animals. And then to go with those, you also have your roof and your side walls. They go on the side of the building. And then finally on that we have the this is the roof and the floorboard. So basically you put the floor in and then you put the roof in that way around. So the double-sided, so you can actually choose which way you want. And then for the outside of the building we also have this sprue, which is the boardwalks, and the boardwalks have changed as well because originally they weren't. There's only 4 boardwalks and nothing else. Now there's a water trough, a saddle, is it 1 or 2? A saddle, another barrel, some steps which go onto the board which came on the other boardwalk sprue, couple of horse hitches, couple of troughs, barrels again. Well, there's 2 saddles, there's one there and one there. And we've also got a bucket there, and there's a bucket here which has just come off the sprue. So there's those. Okay, so that makes up the building sprue. I think there's only 1 set of boardwalks as far as I can see. I can't see any more than 1. Let's have a quick look in the bag. Yeah, there's only 1 sprue of boardwalks as far as I can tell. Yeah, there's only 1 sprue. Okay, then we get our street scatter. So we've got some crates, we've got some boxes, another barrel, a wagon wheel, some bags of flour or seed or whatever they may be, an axe which can be conveniently put down onto a chopping block, a stick of dynamite, another pail, so that's the chopping block, a pail of milk, and then 2 more sticks of dynamite and another 2 more sticks of dynamite. So basically that's all of the building sprues and the streets accessory. Oh, actually, yeah, you do get more than 1 boardwalk. There's another one here. I didn't see that one. Oh no, that's the one I just put down. There's that many sprues. I'm just drowning in sprues here. Oh well, we'll come to it in a moment. I thought there was more than those 1 boardwalks. Okay, so I'm going to very quickly gloss over these 2 because I've already covered them in previous videos, but they haven't changed. The sprues are exactly the same. So we've got the female cowboy sprue with there's 5 ladies on here with loads of different heads and weapon options, and also things like guns in holsters and spur shotguns and spur pistols and stuff like that, and the ubiquitous broken down double barrel shotgun. That's the lady sprue. Then we've got 3 identical sprues, we'll just get one of them, of the male cowboys, and there's 5 on each. So in total you get 20 models, 15 male and 5 female. And I've done breakdowns on these. I'll leave a link in the description to my review of these that I did about a year and a half, 2 years ago now. And we'll crack on. Okay, you also get bases for each of the models, so you get 20 of these grey plastic bases. Okay, finally on the plastic side, we get the covered wagon. If I can open the bag. There we go. I've already covered this as well. I've done a video on the covered wagon. It's exactly the same. You can assemble it as a regular wagon or cart, or you can assemble it as a covered wagon with the hoops on the cart itself, or with the canvas cover on top of it. And then also you've got a male and a female driver, who with different options for weapons and hands and what have you. And all in all, really good kit. I'll show you mine in a moment when I get to that part of the video. But I've got mine primed. It's just not been painted yet. It's just waiting for me to print it. Okay, and then we also get, if I can find out where it's gone. Right, there we go. So much stuff. The couch is now completely covered in plastic. Okay, so we'll have a look at Lee Van Kickstarter. Obviously based on Lee Van Cleef, famous American actor who starred in lots and lots and lots of movies, including the spaghetti westerns from Sergio Leone, like Fistful of Dollars and A Few Dollars More, and Good, Bad and the Ugly. Okay, so likeness is pretty good. It's got a pistol, and as you can see, it's got his holster at the side of him, and he comes with a base, so you can just glue him onto the base. Right, so put him to one side. We get, don't need to really show you these, but we do. We've got a red D10 and D20 and a black D10 and D20, which are quite important for the game. And then we get these coins. Now, I'm not sure what the coins do, because they weren't in the first edition. I think they must be a new edition, but they've put these in with every Kickstarter pledge, and they're double-sided, and they're all the same. You know, so they've got this head on one side that looks like Queen Victoria, but I don't think it's meant to be Queen Victoria. And then we've got the United States Eagle on the other side. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of those. Now, unless they've changed the way that they put down initiative, I don't know what they're for. Obviously, I'll have to look through the rules for those. Dead Man's Hand playing cards. These come in a nice slip box like this, but you've got to be careful when you take your cards out, because some cards manage to get stuck in. Right, so as you would imagine, there is 4 suits, diamonds, spades, clubs and hearts, and each suit is geared towards a particular faction. So lawmen will probably get hearts, and outlaws will get spades or whatever. And each of the cards, from 2 to ace, do various things. As well as actually using them for initiative, you also use the cards for, that's quite cool, I'm going to scorpion on the bottom. You also use the cards for, you can play them to interrupt actions, or to give bonuses or negatives to either yourself or your opponent. So they all come with this really new and cool Dead Man's Hand Redux logo on the back of the cards. And the red set will be the diamonds and the clubs. And you see it goes 2, 3, 4, 5 up to ace. So so this is the kind of stuff that you can actually do. So if you play the ace, Angamai, play before the opposing player activates any characters. No opposing character may use any recover actions this turn. So they're kind of screwed over. And I'll get onto that in a moment when I go through the book itself. I don't want to look through too much of those. I want to try and save those a bit of a surprise for people when they get them, because some of the cards have changed dramatically from the original game. And on the back, the cards included in this box are all common cards, 2s to 10s, and 2 jokers, needed to play the game with any gang. Also included are specialist faction cards for lawmen, cowboys, desperados, and outlaws, which I didn't see because I didn't look through them all. Okay, and the lawmen, outlaws, all the characters all have their own specific traits. Okay, so we've got our tokens. Now this is the basic card token, the card set. There is also a deluxe version, but that's not available until April. The entire game wasn't meant to be available until April this year, but they got the Kickstarter boxes out as an early bonus, really, I guess. Okay, so we've got the move icons. So you've got move 1 inch, move 2 inch, sorry, move once, move twice, move 3 times. We've got the 1 damage, 2 damage, and 3 damage tokens, and we've got the reload counters for people who are out of ammo. And we've also got this handy dandy tape measure. I nearly said handy dandy notebook then, as in Blue's Clues, because my grandson is mad on Blue's Clues, and I'm so sick of actually hearing that. Okay, so let's get on to the main part of the review, the bit that I've been really looking forward to because I've not actually seen it. So I'm going to jump into the rulebook, and I'll reset the camera so we can get a proper look. Okay, right, so let's have a quick look of what we got. Right, I'm not going to go too much in depth on this because I'm going to do a full review. This is just my unboxing, so you see what you get. Brand new cover. These are 4 characters that were run as part of the Kickstarter. You can buy them as an optional, and they will be available on the Retrospective website eventually. And then we have our blurb that's on the back of the big box itself. Some nice artwork with miniatures that I think are painted by Kev Delimore, and then tells you, well, what you get in the rulebook. So we get following things: actions, move, fight, aim, shoot, reload, recover, initiative and hand cards, interruptions and nerve tests. The factions, there's 4 in the book. There's the lawmen, the cowboys, the outlaws, and desperados. Action scenes, how they work, because this is a very cinematic game. And then we've got campaign rules, which these are all brand new to the core book. We've got rules for trains, livestock, townsfolk, wagons and stagecoaches, and legends of the West. So we'll have a quick look through, and as I say, I'll do my full review as soon as possible. It's going to probably be this weekend. Okay, so we have a quick reference sheet which tells you how to what actions you can take, how to shoot with all the targets modifiers. So if you move, you if you're taking 2 move actions, you get 1 per marker. If you're under fire, you get -1 per marker. If you aim shot, you get a +1. Second shot, you're on -1. Third shot, you're on -2. Firing from a mounted animal or vehicle, you're on -1. So a couple of things that have changed there already. So we've got the firing from a mount or a vehicle has changed, because that wasn't in the core rules. That was in one of the expansions. Now, if you've still got the old rules, they're still compatible along with the expansions, although the expansions are going to get changed and released later on this year. Then we've got our contents, and we're on pages, goes up to page 50, which is the final battle. Okay, so tells you what you're going to need. We've got, look at these lovely buildings all built up and painted. There's the 2-story building with a bigger front on the side of it. It's got the veranda instead of a porch, and as I mentioned earlier, you can assemble the buildings so they've got the porch over the top, or they don't have the porch over the top. It's quite easy to do that, and you can't tell either way when they're done. And I'll show you one of the buildings in a moment. How to read the cards. So it tells you how each card works and how you use them for initiative. How to play the game. So what actions you can take, which is just repeated from the front because that's the quick summary. and there's I think there's an example. No, there's not an example there. Okay, so you got move, fight, aim, shoot, reload, unjam or change weapon, recover, end of turn. And again, we've got all the plastics here down at the bottom. Shoot him. Great interior work on here. I'm positive these are all by Kev Delimore. I'm just going to check the front to see if it says who it's been painted by. No, it doesn't. Doesn't give us a thing there, but I think it's painted by Kev Delimore, who does a lot of stuff for Great Escape and Crooked Dice and lots of other companies. He's one of the best miniature painters in the hobby. Okay, nerve tests. So what's going to happen if you're going to turn yellow and run away? And then we've got an example here of a nerve test. And we've got hand-to-hand fighting. What happens if you hand-to-hand fight? Townsfolk and transport. This is all brand new. So we've got livestock. What livestock happens in the game? So are they going to stampede? If they stampede, we've got the rules for stampeding animals. So you've got stampeding horses, stampeding cattle. Could be quite nasty. Then we've got the rules for the stagecoaches and wagons, shooting from them, trains, shooting from a train, and actually fighting on top of trains and stuff like that, just like in a Wild Western. And then action cards, and this is more of the same of the action cards. Now this gives us a breakdown of each of the cards. So if you do lose a pack of cards, all you need to do is get another pack of cards, a normal pack, which you can pick up very, very cheaply, and it gives you a list of all the cards in the game as well, for the factions. So we've got the lawmen, we've got the cowboys, we've got the outlaws, and we've got the desperados. And each one of them has got their own faction specific rules. We've got jokers. Jokers do various things. They can be pretty nasty on you, or they can also be pretty nasty on your opponent as well. Then again, we've got more details on these four factions. So we've got each faction as a leader and the second in command, like a tenant or a sergeant or a marshal in this case. So the lawmen have a sheriff, a marshal, up to 2 deputies, and up to 4 outstanding citizens. And then there's the reputation of each of the characters, and that's the cost that you pay. So it's 6 for the sheriff and 1 for each of the upstanding citizens. And the upstanding citizens are pretty bad at everything because they've got a nerve of 6, so they're quite often going to fail the nerve test and run away. They've only got 3 hits. They are on a -1 when they go to hit, and they're on a -1 on hand-to-hand combat, so they're not very good. And then you've got things like the marshal. The marshal's got 4 hits, but he's got a 3+ on his nerve, a 2+ on shooting, and doesn't have a hand-to-hand, and his 5 costs his 5 to buy him. But he works slightly better than your sheriff because his nerve is pretty good. Actually, sorry, the sheriff's nerve's better, but his shooting is +2. And you find that throughout the game that a lot of them very, very similar. They kind of have similar things. So actions, it tells you how you make. Actions, acts, it tells you how to play the game. As I said, the game is very cinematic. It uses a act and scene structure. So each section of the game you're playing was breaking down into 3 acts, and then we crack on and get on with the game. So the first act might be bad guys are coming to town to rescue someone who's been arrested, which is one of the examples that's in the first rule book. And then the next one is the posse is going from town to the gang's hideout to try and get back somebody who's been taken from them. And then the third act could be a shoot down at a mine. You know, that's just off the top of my head, but very similar. And Dead Man's Hand news, which I've not seen this before, but we'll have a look through that in a moment. Oh, these are the scenes. Yeah, so Whiskey for the Demons. This is Act 1, Act 2, and Act 3. As you can see, they're not very long, only one page each, and it gives you a bit of story, what's happened, the cast, the directions, how many models are placed on open ground, 20 centimetres or 8 inches apart. And they go all the way through. Then we've got the rules for the campaign. So there's 5 acts. Then we've got campaign rules, and with some characters. So we've got Marshall Everett, Deputy Cole, Virgil Sands, Tom Bartley Wheeler, Roddy Brown, Abe Lumbo, and Gustav Peterson. That's the Marshall Everett's lawmen. And we have rules for infamy. Fame points can be used to upgrade your characters, and how you spend fame points. They give you better skills or what have you, and they increases your rep. What they are known for. So whether you're a canny fighter or a gambler or as cool as a cucumber or a pugilist. And death and injury in Dead Man's Hand. Epilogue, finishing your game, winning your campaign. Bonus DVD extras. Like I say, very much like a Wild West movie. So we've got the Legends of the West here. We've got the 4 characters that are on the cover. We have got Dakota Bob Brubaker, Natalie Nate Love, Bill Larson, and Jose Diablo Mutara. And then we've got Levan Kickstarter, who's the one that I've just shown you, and he's got a legendary ability. All the other ones don't say they've got a legendary ability, but I think they may all have their legendary ability, because they are actually. Oh no, only some have the legendary ability, it says on the top corner there. Butch and Sundance, Butch Cassidy, Sundance Kid. And then we have the Dead Man's Hand, Battle for Dead Man's Hand, which is the town that, the name of the town where it's actually set. And it's directed and produced by Stuart McCorkindale and Mark Wheatley. So Stuart and Mark are really nice guys. They've been very helpful. Where are we? No, it doesn't say Kev Dallimore anywhere, so it mustn't be Kev who's done the miniatures. But they're all very, very good. They're all really well painted. They must be using their own house painters now. Then on the back we've got quick reference sheets and a gang roster. So, massive box, lots and lots and lots to look through. I've got my full review coming this week, because this is, well, my jam. This is the thing that I really know I'm going to struggle to try and get all these back into the box, because I've opened the boxes. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to quickly grab the assembled stuff that I've got, and I'll bring it through. You can see the kind of things you get whilst I put everything away. Okay folks, so we're going to start off with the Stagecoach first, because that's the easiest. I've not painted mine completely, I've only just started assembling it. So we got the 2 horses. One of them's lost his tail because there's his tail just fallen off, and I've just dropped something on the floor. Oh, there she is. So the other 2 horses, we have the cart itself, very simple to put together. The instructions are in the box. So is the cart itself. I just painted it brown, and I will get round to actually finishing it off and putting dry goods and stuff in the back. And we've got the covered wagon section at the top here. I didn't put the hoops on, because if you put the hoops on you can't put the covered wagon on it. So basically this just fits onto the top of the wagon itself like that. And then you've got the passengers. You've got a lady who sits down at the front, and we've also got the driver. You can have either of them as drivers, who also sits down at the front. Obviously if you just paint them whatever colours you want, they look quite cool. And then there's this yoke that goes onto the horses, but obviously because I've not finished building them, well, painting them, they're not put together completely yet. So I'll get around to doing that hopefully this weekend, because I've got so much to do. My eyesight has been really poor. Okay, so the next thing is the building. I'll just pick this up, if I can grab hold of it. Right. So the building comes with a couple of options. Right, so we've got the roof itself on the building, and as you can see, that's the back of the building. Sorry, I've put the roof on the wrong way around. Right. Okay, all the doors open on the buildings, the way they're designed, and then there's the front door there. That is an interior wall that goes on like that, and you can assemble the roof, so you can put this in wherever you want to. You can put it like right at the front and make it into a shop front, and there's a store area, or into a bank, or whatever you want to desire to actually do it. There's also a little step which is on one of the sprues, which you put in front of the building so people can get in and out. You've got the roof. Now the roof can be assembled like that, so it's totally flat with the facade at the front, and these two side panels can be used for cover, or you also get the optional, turn it the right way around, you get the optional shingle roof, which you can just glue on. Now, because of the way they're designed to go together in a variety of ways, so you can actually take this off and use it as it is, or with a flat with a bit of cover, or you can just have it so it's sloping down. There are rules for jumping from building to building and jumping from carriage to carriage on trains. The one thing that I haven't got brought through is the veranda, which just goes on the front of the because that's in a box and I can't dig it out at the moment. Okay, so that's a quick look at the plastics as well, and what you're going to see when you build them. Obviously there's a lot more accessories now than there was when I got my samples, but all in all, very, very pleased with Dead Man's Hand Redux. I can't wait to play it. Wild West has been a massive passion of mine for a long, long time. All thanks down to my mum, because every time I play Wild West games, it reminds me of my mum, because my mum used to be mad on John Wayne and cowboy movies, and I used to sit watching them with my mum when I was younger. Even up into my 20s, I used to watch movies with my mum. Okay, so that's the end of that. I will put the full review up of the rulebook and the components and everything on Gamers Web very shortly, hopefully for this end of this weekend, because I started writing it a couple of days ago. All that remains for me to say is thank you for tuning in, and thank you for watching this far. If you haven't done already, please drop a like, because it does help me out, because I'm still only a very small channel. Even after 4 years, I'm still only a very small channel, and a subscription would be absolutely brilliant. But failing that, thank you for tuning in. No matter where you're in the world, please stay safe, look after yourself, and remember, do it to them before they do it to you. Bye.